Hi everyone, welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. This is Melanie and today we are talking December Daily. So as you can see in front of me, I have all my Christmas product. Well, pretty much all of my Christmas product. These here are specific Christmas themed collections. This, I just have a hodgepodge of stuff that's called December Daily products. I have my iris box full of Christmas themed products. I have a box full of, I think, Project Life cards, and I have a box of miscellaneous embellishments. So I'm going to go through these and pull out what I think I'm going to use this year. Obviously, I am not going to use all of this, but before we get started, I want to show you what I'm going to use to store my stuff, you know, organization, as well as what my inspiration is. Okay, so this year's inspiration for my December Daily book is going to be this Night Before Christmas Golden book. It is roughly, I believe, 6 by 8. Maybe it's a little bit bigger. Yeah, at the fold it's about 6, and this way is 8. So 6 by 8. So you know, not much different than, say, a snap album. It is very vintage feeling, which is not normally something I gravitate towards. So it's going to be interesting to see what I can find to incorporate in this. My original thought was to take off the spine and then use 3-ring holes. But last year, I don't know if you followed my project. I mean, the rings I ended up having to use on them were monstrous. And so what I think I'm going to try this year, number one, is I'm going to try and be not so thick and bulky. And number two is maybe use a spine system where I sew in some signatures. And signatures are kind of like groups of folded paper that are stitched together and then stitched to the spine. And I think that might be the route that I'm going to go. My plan is to use the story and try and keep it intact, but spread it throughout the album. So this could be quite interesting. I don't have any idea how big this is going to end up being. I will be making a trip home this year. I don't normally go home for Christmas, but I will be going home this year for about a week. So who knows what that is going to result in. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some prep as far as, you know, prepare the pages, like prepare the spine, cut it apart, take the insides apart, and maybe do some base pages, you know, but not actually stitch anything, and see exactly where everything's going to fall out. So when I take this apart, I believe there are staples that are holding this together. So I'll have to take that apart. This is an older book. I'm not sure when it was printed, but it is an older book because you can tell because the inside is colored versus monochromatic. It does have somebody's name on here, and so I will cover up that. I don't know if I'm going to cover up the entire inside. We'll make that determination when it's the right time. There are, you know, some stamps in here because it belonged to a library. You know, I might not use this particular page, although it does talk about the artists and stuff. It'll be interesting to see. Now, this is really interesting. So Christmas falls on a Wednesday this year, and this particular book features December 1822, and look what falls on a Wednesday. So once I saw that, I knew I had to go with it this year. There was no putting it off. So anyways, that's the plan. You'll see there's a lot of greens, yellows, pinks, there's even some blues. So I think there's pretty much every color in here, so I don't think I will have a problem with that. It's just more whether I want to try and focus a little more vintagey or a little bit more modern, or maybe I'll just go eclectic because that's really my style. I'm not a huge Santa person, but this will be the year to use up all my Santa embellishments. So that is my inspiration. Now, as far as storage, I've got a couple new pieces this year that I want to show you. So I got both of these pieces from Target. This here is like a cutlery tray, and it's made out of this, you know, slightly frosted plastic. It's very thick and durable, and it's got some different compartments, which I think will work really well. The other one is from the office section, and it's this tiered divider. Now, unfortunately, this is not 12 inches wide. Well, I mean, it is 12 inches wide, but because of the edges, you can't fit 12 by 12 paper in here. But because of the book that I'm using, the biggest sheets that I'm going to need are going to be double this, which won't fit this way, but they should fit this way just fine. So that's my plan, is to trim down some cardstock, have it ready to go. And then the other slot in the middle is a really great slot for holding stamps. So we'll be going through my stamps as well and pulling out some of those things. And then I can always put, you know, pocket cards and stuff down here. Okay, so I took this book apart, and there's a couple of things that I didn't think about when I had this brilliant plan. So the staples were actually rusted, and so if you are going to do this and you are going to take the staples out, just be very careful, and you may want to wear some sort of protective eyewear in case pieces go flying. I ended up peeling off as much of the tape as I possibly could because it was kind of brittle anyways. This is going to be covered, at least that's my theory. So I was thinking, because this was 6 inches here, I was not accounting for the spine piece. So all said and done, once I make this book, right, it'll have a spine out here. The inserts are actually closer to 13 inches. So if we open this up, I'll just show you what I mean. So pull this forward. So this is 13 and just over 13 inches. But I have 12 by 12 paper. I'm not gonna, you know, change my plan as a result of that. And so what that will mean is that there will likely be these pages will be longer than the other pages. And I'm okay with that. I don't mind the different sizes, and I'll probably have some smaller pages. What I may end up doing is trimming a little bit off the top and bottom and the side. Hopefully that won't cut too much into the images, but it looks like I've got a little bit of gutter space there. Just so that I've got a little bit of overhang, so that if I don't get everything you know, completely attached properly, that it's not going to stick out over the edge. The other thing that I noticed with this signature, so this is what I was talking about, how books are often made together or put together, is that there's a bunch of folded sheets that form, you know, a grouping, and then this was put in, and then this one was put in. In this case, it was all stapled together, so I'm going to sew them. But normally what should happen is that each one of these should be a folded sheet of paper. So for instance, you should have, you know, one folded, this one's folded, this one's folded, but this one is actually loose. And because I want to keep the story intact, I think what I'm going to have to do is build some sort of extender on this. So maybe another sheet of paper that I will connect with some tape or something. So that's something that I'm going to have to come up with a solution for. Okay. I didn't check if the same thing was in this one, but let's just have a look. So we got the bottom is connected. Yeah, we got the same situation there. So anyways, I am going to now start looking through my product and pull what I want to use. Okay, so let's talk collections. I am actually going to use 3 collections from Pink Fresh, and you're going to say, Pink Fresh, really? You know, they're known for being a little more modern looking, a little more geometric than vintage. But here is why. Number one, I have the most cardstock from them. So I've got a lot of papers, which I'm going to need to make this book because all my pages are going to be made from cardstock. So that's number one. Number two, the multiple collections, they go okay together. I can mix and match them. And some of the animations or some of the animals in here, they're not realistic. They're more animated, which I think goes along with the line of the book. So if I just open up to a couple pages here, I'm just going to show you some different colorings so you can see what I'm looking at. So like this turquoisey green color is in here. This is also similar in some ways. And then this really bright one, this is from December Days, is actually that same blue, or close enough anyways. There's lots of pinks, there's yellows, there's different shades of green, etc. So I'm going to walk you through all the cardstocks that I have pulled. I have some multiple sheets, which is fine. We'll just spread them out periodically. So this is the only piece of paper I have from December Days. I mean, this is a lot of blue, but of course you have to remember that there's stuff that's going to go on top of it. So you may not see all of that. So some of these patterns are super busy, other ones less so. So we'll see how it goes. So from the Oh Joy collection, there's this knit print, and then there's this 'Tis the Season. Now this one might be a little bit difficult to use in the book, right? Because remember, it's going to have to be folded. So what I might end up doing is using this half of it, and then wherever the tis is on the page, right? So picture this halfways. We'll put an embellishment or something over top of that. So I think that's how we'll get around that kind of thing. So that's the alternate side of that. This one is some gray stars, and then there's these trees. Again, sketchy look. This is a cut apart, which I can use as a cut apart, or I just might use it as background. But this is a really neutral tan color, which again, you know, if you look, there's the reindeer has shades of that in there. So again, I think I can make this all work. This is just some presents. On this side is the trees, and I have 2 sheets of that. This one has the Merry Christmas across it, and then on the other side is this tin with the mistletoe up at the top, and I think I have 3 sheets of that, yeah. Now this one will work a little bit easier, right? Just trim that off in half, and we would have the gifts, which would be really great to put like a number of the day on here or something like that. So that one there, and then the alternate side is this black and white gift page, and I have 3 sheets of that. This one here has some birds in a tree. I've got 2 sheets, and then the back side is this Jingle Bells. So 3, actually I have 3 sheets. And then this is like a leaf print with some bows. I have 3 sheets of that, and this side has the trees. And that wraps up Oh Joy. And then I have a bunch from the Holiday Vibes collection. I think that's what all of these are. So there's this gingham, which I love. And then the other side is this cut apart. This has some trees. Now this one has, like I said, this one has the real kind of sketchy, cartoony look. So if you look here, like at the bird, I think that'll fit quite well in with the illustrations of the book itself. Not exactly the same style, but I think it will work. Then there's these trees, and then the other side is this chevron in red. Got the lights, and again, this blue here is a lighter tone of some of these blues, or a lighter tone of a navy, if you want to call it. So not an exact match, but I think it still goes close enough that the book will look cohesive enough. So that's the string of lights, and then this side here is a bunch of stamps. This one is all navy, and it's got like Merry Christmas with some ornaments on it. The opposite side is this gray, I don't know, leaf print, I guess. This one is a bunch of houses. The other side is this dotted lines with different holiday words. There's this blue spirograph almost looking flower. And then the other side is this strip of floral strip, yeah. What I would probably do with something like this is I would probably cut it in half and, you know, fold it down this way so I have a blank page on one side and then the busier page on the other. This one here, you can really see the animated characters in this line. So this one has some hexagons with animals and some words, and then the opposite side is this bright green, which, like I said, there's a lot of green going on in this book, so that will work. And then this blue, white, and red dot with a geometric kind of look to it, and then the other side are all sorts of icons from the collection. So I think I should have enough paper here to make the album. Otherwise, we can always pull in solid cardstock, like plain white cardstock, which I might just do anyways, just to have some pages that are a little more neutral. The other thing that I might do with some of the really busy patterns, because usually one side is busier than the other, is I will be using some full-size photos, and I will probably place those on the busier side just to kind of tone it down a little bit. So these are the cardstocks that I'm going to be using. For prep, I'm going to trim these at 6 by 12 and score them in a half. And what ideally I would like to have, if I'm thinking size-wise, is I would like to have 2 6 by 8 pages per day. So if we think about it, it's one spread of 2 6 by 8s. So I'll have to do the math and figure out exactly how many pages I'll need. And of course, I'm sure I'll have extra because, like I said, I can get 2 sheets out of each one of these. Okay, so I'm going to show you the embellishments that I have that coordinate with this collection, which is going to make that part really easy. Of course, I've got more stuff, so you know, it's not just going to be from this collection. So from the Holiday Vibes collection, I have these chipboard pieces. Again, like I said, I'm going to try and keep it a little bit on the thinner side this year, hopefully. So I will probably end up splitting some of the chipboard if I use it just to make it a little bit thinner. And I actually have 2 sheets of those. There's no way I'm going to go through 2. So I am going to put this back in the bag so I don't have it out cluttering my space. I do have 2 of the alphabets from the December Days collection. Actually, no, I have 3. So you're probably wondering why I have so much of this. And so I get the Pink Fresh mystery boxes at, you know, I think once or twice a year they do them. And because I love their products so much, I don't mind having duplicates of it. So this should be plenty. I will keep all 3 out because you know you're going to run out of one letter or the other. I have 2 packs of these epoxy stickers. These look like they came from the Holiday Vibes collection. You know, I don't know if I would use 2 of these, so I think what I'm going to do is just keep one out and put the other one away. I have 2 of the enamel dots from the collection, and because I use these a lot, I will keep both out. From December Days, I have this wood veneer, and it's kind of gold embossed on it. This piece here is actually worn off, so I'm not sure if I would keep that one, but we'll keep that out. I have some Holiday Vibes puffy stickers. For sure I'm going to use these because they have the cute little deer and the bunny and stuff, so keep that. Then we have a smaller alphabet from Holiday Vibes. I really like this. I'm going to hold on to that as well. Actually, I have 2 of them, so we're going to hold on to both of those. I have these buttons from Holiday Vibes. What I will probably end up doing, because again, trying to cut down on some of the thickness, is get rid of the foam behind there and affix them with glue. This is from December Days. I have used part of this already, so why not put it in and try and use more of it. Same with the puffy stickers from December Days. Like there's the little sleigh and stuff, and like I said, we're going to do all things Santa this year. This is the chipboard from December Days. I don't have a ton of pieces left, but you know, there's still a little bit, so we'll put that in the collection. This is from a different collection from Pink Fresh. It's called Christmas Wishes. It has the numbers, but I think I have plenty of numbers already, so I'm just going to put that back. Same with this one from Christmas Wishes. I think I'm going to put this back too. And oh look, I have another set of those wood veneers. So I think I'm going to swap this out because the December on this one is better, and we'll put that one back in my collection. So I think that is a good start. Now we'll go through the rest and see what we come up with there. Okay, so let me show you the bones of my journal, or my album, however you want to call it. So I ended up cutting the pages from the book in two and not use a fold, and so that's why you see these gold bits here. That's just washi tape that I'm using to join them together. And the reason why I did that was it just helped with the spacing and getting things sorted out. So I have what I'm calling 4 signatures. There's 7 pages in each, like 7 of these, right? So like this is 1, you know, 2, etc. So I put 7 in each. I think that's going to be enough, but if it's not, I'm not going to bound it or bind it. So I can always insert additional pages if I need them. But I think 7, if I look at how this is forming here, and realize of course that I have to stick some holes through here and I'm going to stitch them. I think that makes sense. When I started to put too many in, the center started moving out this way and I had a lot of variation here. Now I don't mind a little bit, and if it really bothered me I could true it up, but I'm okay with that. But this cardstock from Pink Fresh is really thick cardstock, and so I think this is going to work out the best this way. So anyways, I'm just going to show you how I laid this out. It's not written in stone. I have the option to change. And like I said, I can make pockets. I can add additional inserts, you know, anything I need in order to make this work. So this is my thought right now. So you're going to open it up. This looks like the first start of the book. I'm probably going to cover this to some extent, but we'll see how that goes. I'm probably not going to alter the book pages very much, just leave them as they are, and then of course do my scrapbooking on the alternate side. I tried to align the 2 pages so that when they open they'd look like they coordinated, not necessarily matched up. And that's what's nice about using a one particular collection, is that it makes it really easy to align. It was tricky though to think about how things were going to connect, because you have to remember whatever you put on the other side is going to have to align with something. Okay, and I might change this one around and do this. Yeah, I think I like that. I think I like that. But that's what, I mean, that's the nice thing about not binding it. It gives me the choice or the options to change it later. See, now I don't like this, so that's probably why. Yeah, I don't know if I like that so much. But you know what? I can change it later. Another one of those houses. And a well, and then that's the end of the first one. And I've got the trees, jingle bells, the Santa Claus hat, and now this goes to a little bit more, you know, off-white instead of like so white, but I'm okay with that. I really just like that kind of eclectic look, especially because the papers, like from the book, is not pure white, so it works out okay. And this one's going to be in the middle of the signature. And we have that. So yes, the patterns do repeat, but that's okay. I think, again, by the time you add everything on top of these pages, you're not going to end up seeing very much of it anyways. Now this one, I ended up letting them stick together, so I have a 2-page spread this way. Just thought that might be kind of fun for something different. And then I had this reindeer paper from the Echo Park collection I thought would go cute with the picture of the reindeer over there. Again, I try to align the colors. Just a little bit of this minty green that's in the lights. And this one I thought would be fun right in the middle. So I've got a big 2-page spread. Really all this is going to take is, you know, a photo and a little bit of journaling and it'll be done. So because I am going to be traveling, I won't be able to keep up with it every day like I have in previous years, and that's okay. We'll just, you know, do our best. See, I don't know if this is necessarily my favorite, but again, I might just stick a page in between here or something in between here to break that up. You know, you could always add something. I don't know. We'll see. Or we'll just play around, mix the order around. See, look, I have 2 of these really close together, so maybe I can move something around. But it gets tricky. You make one move and then you have to make another, and the next thing you know, doesn't work quite like you had hoped. So that is 3, and then the last signature, I've got this postcard, and I've got the Santa, and what I thought I would do is just add this as a flip out. And again, I have the option to do more of these. I just had this piece already cut out, so I figured I might as well just stick it in. And I like how it looks with this backdrop. Presents. This in middle piece, I just did the trees all the way across. It's kind of fun. And this is a white, basic white cardstock on the back of this one. And that is it. So I will have to put something back here. Again, it'll probably be a pocket because I don't want to cover the back of too much of the back of the book, but we'll see. So right now, if I don't like squish these really fat, which is what I don't want, because what'll end up happening is these will kind of bulge out this way. I think once I have the pages kind of assembled and I know what I want to do, I don't know if it's going to be easier to wait until then or do it now, but I have a suspicion if I just kind of let this open, you know, it's probably going to be about a 2-inch spine. Is that about right? I think. Yeah, about a 2-inch spine. And that gives me some room for a little bit of bulk, but not tons. So anyways, that is that. My little thing here is starting to build up. I put the scraps from making the pages in the back here so I can use them as layering elements. My alpha stickers are here, chipboard, regular stickers. These are all alphas. These are those labels, word stickers, and then my cards are here in the front. So I do still need to pull some stamps, so that will be next. Okay, so I pulled some stamps. I pulled way too many stamps. This is what happens when you have a lot of options. So there's a couple of things. I don't think I'm going to keep all of these out in my little container here. I'm only going to keep the ones there that I think I would stamp directly onto pages, etc. A bunch of these other ones I pulled because I really don't have a lot of ephemera pieces, surprisingly, with all the stuff that I pulled. So I think I'm going to do some of my own, create my own embellishments, and I'm going to use stamps to do that, I think. So I'm just going to walk you through what I've pulled, why I pulled it, and I will do a separate video showing you what ephemera pieces I made, I think. So this is Kelly Perky, I think. Yeah, no, Hero Arts. This is Hero Arts. So I like some of the labels and stuff. These would be really easy to pre-stamp, pre-cut out, and ready to go. So I think that's what I'm going to use that for. This is from Tim Holtz. I really like this poinsettia and the holly, and these kind of have a vintage vibe to them, which would fit within the book. Plus they have die cut. I have the dies to go. So again, these are going to be ephemera pieces. This is from an old December Daily kit. Again, I like the little holly. It's kind of got that animated look to it. I will probably make some ephemera pieces using that. This one here, I don't remember who this is from. I don't have the name on here. But I like the signs or the squares, so I will probably stamp those out as well and trim them or use a paper punch. This here is from Hero Arts. This one has a lot of words on it. It's really designed more for cards, but I do like this little bow. I thought that would be kind of cute. And again, there's some more of this holly and berry kind of thing. So I do have the dies for that. So I think I might make some ephemera pieces from that. This I think is from Echo Park. I don't write the names on here because I have them stored elsewhere. But there's a few pieces. One, there's Santa, which again, you know, I've kind of said all things Santa this year. I'm not sure how I'm going to stamp him out because this would be red and this would be, so I might do like a no line coloring kind of ink, like so a really pale color and then color him in. I might do one of him. Same with the sled, maybe one of those as an embellishment. And I really like these banners, so I will probably use those, and even this circle with the star. So again, ephemera pieces. So this one here, I'm thinking more along the lines of using it as an embellishment directly on the page, like the swirl, or this background, a snow stamp. This little deer is kind of cute. So this one I'm not going to make any pre-mades from. This Wondrous Wreath stamp set from Stampin' Up! I do have the dies, so I'm going to make at least one wreath, maybe two, a couple bows. We'll see what comes out of that. This is from Photoplay. I really like these stars and I really like this sheet of music. I'm going to leave these for while I'm actually creating. I believe this was a Hero Art set. I think, does it say in here? Yeah, Hero Arts. You can create scenes with this. The idea behind it is a snow globe. I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. So I might just do this as an insert or a page, like if I have a blank page and I need to fill it out. I thought that would be really cute to make a scene with it, so I'm going to hold that one off and not make any ephemera pieces with that. The same with this set here. I do have the dies to go with it, and this is also from Hero Arts, and you could easily make a scene with with the little animals decorating the scenes. Because there are animals in my cardstock from Pink Fresh, I thought these would kind of go good with that. This one here, mostly I just pulled because of the deer. I thought he was pretty cute. And also I like the star and the little snowflake, so I'm going to hold that one off to the side just in case. Now this came from Hip Kit, I believe. Let me pull this out so you can see it better. And it's kind of got that cartoony animated look from one of the Pink Fresh lines. Now, I don't have a lot of that in my collection. I'm trying to think which one it belonged to. I think it was December Days, but I can make this work. So I do like the tree, the gifts, the little, I guess that's a cat. So I will probably make some ephemera pieces out of here, but I'm not 100% sure on this one yet. So we'll move that over to the side. This one here is clearly vintage, clearly Tim Holtz. But this is from Simon Says Stamp Holiday set that he did for them. And I have this and this, but in the bigger version, so I thought that might be kind of fun to have as a smaller. I thought they would work. There's also the Santa. I don't know if I will include him, but I will probably include the sleigh. That one's pretty cute, and I also like the snowflakes. So this one here, I'm going to put over with the ephemera, but it may also end up in the other pile. This has got an assortment of stamps here. I don't even know how well you're going to be able to see it. I basically pulled it for this little Stampin' Up! Dasher. But there's also these really cute, there's this candy and gingerbread cookie, star, and candy cane, as well as the mitts and stuff here. So I thought maybe I might see if I can make something out of this. So this is going to go over in the ephemera pile. Okay, this one here, I pulled it because of the candy canes and the bow. I thought those would kind of have that animated look to them, so that would work. And again, I'll make ephemera pieces out of that. This is a, I keep wanting to say Simon Says stamp. This is a Stampin' Up set. I think I have the dies for this. Yeah. So I do have the dies, and so these would make really great ephemera pieces, right? So I will definitely be doing that with those. These are also Stampin' Up, not so much for this set, but this one here, which I believe is perfect presentation. There's some little tags, there's this little snowman, the tree, the joy, almost all of these I could cut out and use as ephemera pieces. This one here, the Pattern Pines, I think is what is the one, this here. These three here are the Pattern Pines. This is why I pulled it. So for these trees, the snowflake, and this little corner embellishment, I will probably make ephemera pieces of this, but this is super cute. So it might also end up in my for Go Live kind of play. I don't know that I would use any of these other ones, but if I still have it out, who knows. This one here, Spotlight on Christmas, I believe was this set. I like the Enjoy. Actually I like all of these pieces for ephemera, so I'll probably make something out of that. I also have some tags. Most of these are, sorry, the letters are in my labels are in the way. Most of these are more suited for cards, but for instance, this little stamp with the Santa on it is super cute. By the way, these were originally wood mounted, and I took them off and just added some glue, some two-way glue on the back so that they stick. So I'll probably use that one, and then I also like some of these images here. So we'll make some more ephemera out of that. Okay, what else do we got? Everyday labels. Not all of these are necessarily appropriate for Christmas, but there are things in here that I could work and use with, so I'm going to move these over with the Wait and See. This is Messy Life Circles from Ellie Edwards. I will probably pre-stamp these and trim them out as ephemera pieces so that they're ready to go. I have a couple Felicity Jane kits, or stamp sets, I guess. A lot of these have words and labels on them, so I'm just going to move those over until I am ready to use them. Hello Christmas, same thing. I'm probably just going to move those over. I might, if I get really ambitious, I might, you know, make some tags or something, but we'll see how time goes. This is from Kelly Perky, Joyful and Bright. Again, a lot of words and number stuff. You know, mostly I think will be in the moment, not pre-made. Oh Joy, I believe is from Pink Fresh. Again, a lot of labels, etc. I really like this sweater, and I actually have the pattern paper that coordinates with this, so this must have been from the same line maybe, or they just reused the pattern. So that's going to be over in the moment. I pulled these two, one because I liked the numbers and circles. I also like the label Let Me Count the Ways, and over here I like the idea of Today I'm Thankful For, or Giving Thanks, or you know, something like that. So I thought I would do a spread this year on, you know, being thankful and grateful for the various things in my life. So put that over there. And then the last large one I have out here is also from Kelly Perky, and it says I Smell Snow. And I am heading to Canada for Christmas this year, so I'm pretty sure there will be snow. Watch my luck and it'll be a brown Christmas, not a white one. But they've already had snow, so there's a really good chance. I'm pretty sure it's going to be cold, so at the very least I can use that. This one here, I think I am going to pre-stamp and have them out as ephemera pieces. I have a few smaller sets that I thought might be kind of fun. So this is from Studio Calico. I like this little label thing here, and I like the sayings. So I will probably pre-stamp these and create labels and a little ephemera piece. This is from Embellishment. It's Oh What Fun. I don't know how well you can see that with the stamp set in there. Let me pull that out. So there is this little sled, and they are these labels. I will probably pre-stamp the sled and maybe make a few labels. The plan anyways. These tags and labels are super cute, and so I will probably pre-stamp a bunch of those so that I have them ready. This is from, oh, and that one there I think was from Studio Calico. This is from Ellie Studios. I like some of these labels, which I'll probably pre-stamp, and this little funfetti kind of thing is kind of fun, so I think this is going to end up in both piles. I love the idea of the tabs with the words. I don't know how I'm going to use these, so these are going to go and wait until later. I did pull a couple dies, and I think I need to go through my dies and pull a few more, so there may be an addendum to this section. These were from Ali Edwards, and they're really hard to see, but they will cut out a circle and emboss the words today, this week, and right now. So I thought those might be kind of fun. Also from Ali Edwards, this says the word remember. And this was from a Stampin' Up! Kit, Hello December 2016. And again, it's just got little tags and little bits and bobs. So I think these are going to go in the wait until later. So let me go through my dies and see if there's anything else I want to pull, and I'll be right back. Sometimes I cracked myself up. Who was I kidding that I wouldn't have? Thinking I wouldn't have anything to pull from my dies and stencils and embossing. Okay. I like options. Now, even if I don't select something, doesn't mean I can't go and, you know, pull it later on if I change my mind. But the idea behind putting this kit together is that I can do this as quickly and efficiently as possible. And usually I'm a lazy scrapbooker. So anyways, I really like this stencil from Tim Holtz. It's got the sweater pattern on, so I think that might be fun to add some texture to some of the pages. This was a new set that I bought this year with these ornaments, so I haven't even used it yet. That might be kind of fun to put in. This one here is December Daily Trees stencil from Ali Edwards. I can't remember what year this was from, but again, I thought that might be kind of fun to maybe use some texture paste or something with that. I have this sledding die from Spellbinders, and I thought this might be kind of fun as a silhouette, and if maybe I added this to a top of a pocket or something, and I think this will fit. Let me just see. I'm working with about 6 inches, and that is about 6 inches, so that might be kind of fun. From Elizabeth Crafts, I have this cute little gingerbread cookie. I pulled quite a few embossing folders. I have not used embossing folders in scrapbooking very often because I sometimes find it hard to do so, but with the size of this album, I think it might work okay. So let me just pull those all out and just show you quickly what I pulled. These are all embossing folders. So some of the larger ones, I'm thinking more along the lines of if I need to do an insert page or something, that it might be kind of fun to fill up a page just with some simple embossing. So this one here is from Couture Creations. I don't know how well you can see this. So this is a big gift with a bunch of icons that kind of form it. So I thought that one might be kind of fun to try. This is just a plaid, and we all know plaid is big. This one is some giant snowflakes. Again, this is going to be my year to get all of that in. These candy canes are super cute. This is from Designs Objectives. I'm not sure who that is. Here's that same holiday knit, but in the embossing folder, so you can tell I obviously love that. This is from Cuttlebug. It's a lace tree. Again, it's pretty large, so I thought that might be great as an insert or the back side of something. This one here is a holly branch. It's that same branch that I had the stamp image from, or it looks very similar, but of course this wouldn't be embossing. This wreath I thought would also be kind of fun if I had a circle photo in here. I thought that might be kind of cute. Pull that one. This is from Cuttlebug. It's was a set of 6 embossing folders, I think, that came together. I don't know how well you can see that. There we go. So they have ornaments across the top. So I thought this might be kind of fun, maybe behind, and then have those ones from Tim Holtz over top. I don't know. We'll see. If all helps, maybe I'll make some more Christmas cards for next year. This one here is a winter house. Again, thinking more along the lines of a scene or, you know, adding some journaling, that kind of thing. This one here, that does fit across, so it's less than 6 inches. And again, I was thinking either journaling or, you know, add a photo behind. I'm not sure exactly which. Maybe this would look cool if you embossed it in vellum. I don't know, we'll give it a try. This was from Stampin' Up, and it's their Snowburst. It's basically a bunch of stars. This is another one from Cuttlebug. I don't know, I think I've used this to make a card once. So it's time to bring it out, right? So it's got a bunch of snow-related words, you know, like tubing and mittens and chilly, and then there's this little snow guy. So I thought while we were out there, if we do anything outside, that might be kind of a fun backdrop, and then maybe just add a photo or something across there. This was from, I believe, one of those UK magazines. And again, I thought this would just make kind of a great frame, add some journaling or put a photo behind it. And then the last one I pulled from our embossing folders is this one from Tim Holtz, and it's got holiday words in it. I don't know if you can see it. So it's got like Merry, Joy, Noel, December, etc. So great background. Okay, so those are the embossing folders. Let me see what else I pulled. So this one is from Dilutions. It's a snowflake stencil, again, with embossing paste or something like that. I thought might be kind of fun to add some texture. Again, I'm trying to keep my book not super chunky by adding a lot of like foam tape or really thick embellishments. So things like embossing paste and stuff might give me the dimension that I'm looking for without a whole lot of bulk. At least that's my theory. We'll see what ends up. So I have these really tiny snowflakes from Lawn Fawn. I just thought would make great, you know, little filler spots if I need them. So I pulled that one. This is a really old Cuttlebug Provo Craft embossing folder and die. So the idea is that you can emboss and cut with it. I just like the shape of it. It kind of goes with that cartoonish kind of look. So that's why I pulled that one. And this is from Spellbinders. Now this one's a little fancier, but I think it's kind of got a vintage vibe to it, which is why I pulled this one. I have these Tim Holtz words for Christmas, and you know, they're so thin, I don't know if I'm going to pre-cut these. If they were a little bit thicker, I might, but because they are pretty thin, I think I'm just going to hold off on that. I also have his shadow press with the Christmas, it's a Christmas set, yeah, Christmas set 3. I thought this might be kind of fun to maybe do along the edge of some of the pages, so we'll give that a try. I also have his Fresh Baked #1, and if I end up doing cookies this year, I'm not sure if I am. These would be super cute embellishments for that, but even if I didn't, they still would be cute. Got this little reindeer guy from Crafter's Companion. He's pretty cute. These are from Kaiser Craft. They are like a basic triangle tree, but in 3 different sizes. Of course, you can't go wrong with that. And I've got the holly and berry theme going on, so I pulled this one as well. For something like this, I would probably cut out a white and then just use watercolors, I'm thinking. One of my favorite sets, I think this is from Echo Park, but don't quote me on this one. I love this kind of laurel wreath, and it comes with the word joy. I would probably, or I'm thinking that this would work really great, you know, to maybe put a number of the day in front of it, in the middle of it, that kind of thing. So, thinking. I have more ornaments. These are just plain circle ornaments, and I think these would make a really cute page if you use these to cut out photos, maybe. I also have from Stampin' Up! This holiday stocking. Now this is not the die. This is one of those thick big dies or whatever they call them, and I store them elsewhere, and I don't want to pull it out unless I'm actually absolutely going to use it. But I thought this would be kind of cute as a page. Let me see, is he gonna fit? Yeah, he's 5 inches, and you could just tuck some hidden journaling or something inside this, so don't seal this up. Some hidden journaling, or you could put your photos into your journaling on the stocking. So this is more of a remember you have this die than anything else. And I did not mean to pull these ones. No. Those are going back. And then I have this Polaroid frame from Simon Says Stamp, as well as this other little frame that cuts out a snowflake. So I thought that would be kind of fun. And then I have these 2 words. These are from Tonic Studios. One says Happy Holidays and the other says Joy to the World. It's more the Joy to the World that I was thinking. I might I might cut out and add to my ephemera pieces. Okay, so you can see I've clearly pulled way too much in the realm of tools like stamps, die, stencils, etc. But I think for the most part what I'm going to keep out just for use during the month is roughly this, maybe a couple pieces from the dies that I didn't add. Everything else I'm going to use in the next couple weeks here leading up to Christmas. So by the time this posts, I have no idea when it's going to show up. It may already be December by the time you see this. Hopefully not. But in the next couple of weeks, I'm hoping to make a whole bunch of ephemera pieces, die cut them out, and I will do a quick video, well, somewhat quick video, when I'm done to show you what I came up with. And yeah, but that's basically my kit for this year. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, happy crafting.